Leader for the Dev Iowa program, a guy named Steve Davis. So what you've got up here are the 3 students that recently went through their program. They had approached the folks here at 1 Million Cups about not just talking about the program and kind of how the program has changed over its lifetime, but also giving the students in the work the opportunity to just showcase what they're doing. So as you notice from our first presenter, they're looking for a Ruby developer. If anybody's not familiar, Ruby developers tend to be really hard to find, as are other tech talent. So organizations like the University of Iowa and their program Dev Iowa are trying to help solve that problem. So like we did for our first presenter, if you could do me a favor. All right, so first of all, sorry. Sarah, Ian, and Joanne are up here on the stage, and they're the students, and then Steve Davis is going to be presenting. So when I say Steve Davis, you guys are going to stand up, give him a roaring round of applause. Steve Davis.
Thanks, David. Well, hello and welcome to 1 Million Cups, everyone. My name is Steve Davis, and for the past 9 weeks, I've been the instructor for the Dev Iowa Summer Series. I'm here today to showcase the student projects that we built over that program, but also just to discuss the program itself and how it fits into the community, and really just to get your feedback on it. So let me start by saying I've been a small business owner in the area since 2004, and really I've seen a dramatic change in what we've got going on and how we view entrepreneurs and the events and the activities, the community that we're building. I really think we're onto something special here, and honestly, I think we're gaining some momentum. But as that momentum grows, I keep hearing this conversation about the skill gap in the corridor. How are we going to take all of these awesome startups, these great ideas, and bring them to a reality if we don't have the developers in the area that are able to do that? And through that discussion, there have been several ideas and initiatives, and one of those is a program by the Dev Iowa group, which is a programming boot camp. So a boot camp is an intense program. It is typically expensive, and it's often very difficult to execute correctly. This is a big popular movement that's going on in the nation, but right now the most successful boot camps out there really are very selective with the applicants that they accept into their program. They get a whole lot of applicants, and they're able to choose those that already have a relatively high level of skills to ensure that their graduates are able to directly enter into the workforce after that really short training period. So let me ask, how many of you have heard of this idea of a boot camp or the Dev Iowa boot camp? Good, okay. And how many of you believe that we have to do what we can to increase the technical skills in the corridor? Good, I believe that also. Now, how many of you think that boot camp is the answer? Okay, now, I can't tell you whether that is the answer or not, but I can tell you that after the first iteration of this boot camp, the former coordinator for the Dev Iowa program, Zach Sanderson, started to question, is this really the right fit for our community? Is there another way that we can do this? And he went out and he talked to small business owners, local employers, people like myself, and from that community feedback, he started to formulate a new idea. And he approached me with this concept, and he really sold me on this. It was a summer series. It was not a boot camp. What the summer series is it is an approachable, inclusive program focused on experiential learning. In fact, it was actually going to be a requirement to enter into the class that you had to come with a personal project that you were going to carry through that 9 weeks. And we did this because we wanted to focus on passion and really, interest in programming and developing. We wanted to introduce the students to what is possible using current software development techniques, show them the tools and the best practices that are out there, demystify what it is to develop software, and enable them to see the cool when you're looking at a screen full of programming syntax. Why did we want to do this? Well, truly, Zach and I both believed 9 weeks, it just isn't enough. If somebody doesn't have a programming background and they want to learn how to be a web developer in 9 weeks, you're not quite going to get there, even to an entry level. And what we wanted to do instead was we wanted to teach people really to learn how to learn, so that they were able to ask the right questions and know where to look and just figure out how to get started. That was going to enable them to continue to work beyond that 9-week period, and they'd be interested in doing that because they were working on their own personal projects. So how did it go? Well, I'll let the students answer that, but I can tell you one thing that I thought was amazing. One of the days in the later weeks of the program, one of the students, Sarah, interrupted Ian, and she goes, "Ian, want to see something cool?" And it was amazing because she was showing him something totally techy and nerdy, something she never thought she'd be able to do, something she built from scratch. That was the passion we were after. That was what we were trying to do. So, what did we come up with? Well, we have 3 projects that we have completed to some level of a minimum viable product. We have Mentor Network by Sarah Binder, Harvest Lane Gardens by Joanne Seeberger, and Code Up for Charity by Ian Castillo. Sarah's program is a data visualization system that's going to show us what the local community looks like, who's got the skills, how we're connected to each other, and enable us to have some other opportunities to continue that networking. Joanne's program is a web application that has an entire inventory system focused on local gardeners and growers so that they can address their local market and show what they have available this week and what's coming up next week. And Ian's program, it's a really cool idea. It's basically a walkathon for developers. So instead of walking a mile to raise money through pledged donations, coders can just commit. And every code commit does the same thing as that mile that you're walking. Now, the important part, why are we here today? Well, we want your feedback. We want to know, what do you think of this format? Is this something that's going to work? You know, this was a really pilot program, and we wanted to make it happen, but we weren't sure exactly how much traction we were going to get with this. So what do you think about it? Talk to the students, talk to us, talk to the other people that didn't make it here today. And really do, talk to the students about their projects, because I want them to continue working. I want them to keep focusing on these things beyond this 9-week period. So I'm just going to close with our thank yous. We have obviously done this because the UI Partners program, which is the parent group for Dev Iowa, enabled Zach to have that flexibility in how this program was structured. So we've got Haley Urian from UI Partners here, and she can answer some questions if you have them for her. Also, I just wanted to thank the students for taking this journey with us. So Sarah, Ian, and Joanne. And we brought in some community mentors to help, provide some insight and experience and mentor the students, and that was Ben Oakes, Brandon Neal, and Caleb Boyd. I just want to end with one thing. I decided to do this. I decided to be a part of this program because I really think what we do in Iowa is really cool. And sometimes when I tell people that, they go, well, why? Why Iowa? Especially if you're talking to someone that doesn't live locally. I want us all, when we face that in the future, I want us to start saying, well, why not Iowa? Thank you.